They have this great saying down in Colombia that if it's raining in the United States, get ready for rain. What they really mean is that whatever happens in the United States tends to spread out and impact things in Colombia. That's really true when it comes to abortion laws and policies. The debate itself around abortion is all has a ripple effect out from the U.S. So even though Passion Life focuses on the international situation with pro-life and abortion, we pay attention to what's going on here in the States because we know that whatever we're battling here, we're also going to have to battle overseas. One of those current battles really has to do with the rise of chemical abortion, the so-called abortion pill, or actually it's pills. But in the last year, the current administration has liberalized all the regulations regarding the abortion pill in three ways. They've done this. Number one, they've made it available online. Number two, they made it available without any kind of in-person visit to a doctor. And they've also expanded the approved use of this chemical abortion from 6 weeks, up to 6 weeks, to up to 10 weeks. Now, the net effect of all of that is that you can now simply get these through a mail order, online mail order, and there are organizations now set up in the Netherlands and other places that are trying to push and promote even the purchase of abortion pills that you just have on hand, like you might have aspirin in your medical cupboard. So this is the new battle line: chemical abortion versus surgical abortions. And it's sort of new for many of us. You may never have realized that there are now more chemical-related abortions than there are surgical abortions. The result of this is not very good, not especially for women themselves. I mean, the morality of abortion doesn't change based on how it's done. Even if these abortion pills were safer than surgical abortions, they remain morally wrong, because it's always wrong to intentionally kill an innocent human being. But they're not particularly safer. In fact, there's more research now showing that chemical-related abortions have as much and even more dangers associated with them regarding the health of women. And one of those studies, it was done by the Lozier Institute. The title of the study is A Longitudinal Cohort Study of Emergency Room Utilization Following Mifepristone Chemical and Surgical Abortions from 1999 to 2015. And it's a pretty interesting read. Let me just try to summarize the conclusion of this research. It says in the conclusion, the incidence and per abortion rate of emergency room visits following any induced abortions are growing, but chemical abortion is consistently and progressively associated with more post-abortion emergency room visit morbidity than surgical abortions. There's also a distinct trend of a growing number of women miscoded as receiving treatment for spontaneous abortion in the ER following a chemical abortion. Another level of deceit, in other words, that they are just hiding some of the numbers in the data so it doesn't appear. But this research shows that chemical abortions result in more emergency room visits than even surgical abortions. Everything about abortion seems to be wrapped up in lies. Even the language that you use, if you read about this problem right now, you'll see that people use, instead of chemical abortions, they'll use the word medical abortions. Because medicine is one of those words that prompts the idea that we are interested in the good health of people. You need some medicine. Well, we'll get you the medicine. But of course, abortion is actually intended to destroy human life. It's using chemicals to attack that growing embryo and to terminate its life. So even in the language, once again, you see the ongoing debate. Is it chemical or is it medical? I use the word chemical because I think it's more accurate and more honest. But when you research, you're going to find out that a lot of references are made to medical abortion, but they mean chemical abortion. I don't think that the information that chemical abortions bring more harm to women is going to change many people's minds. We have been out showing people for literally decades upon decades that there are post-abortion trauma-related incidents that are both physical, mental, psychological, spiritual. Things that follow abortion are usually very, very bad. But it doesn't really move the needle much. Once you're committed to legal abortion, then people are just committed no matter the consequences. And that's happening with the chemical abortion pill right now. They're going to start mailing them out. You can order them online. Whether it's illegal or legal in your part of the world, you're still going to be able to get them because of this commitment. But here's one area where I find that knowing the physical impact of abortion, both surgical and chemical, can make a difference. When you're talking to somebody one-on-one who is at that moment considering abortion, then what happens to them or may happen to them, the risks associated with the procedure or with the chemistry, the chemical, does interest them. So I would encourage you to read up on chemical abortions, understand it a little bit, and be ready to show people in God's providence, as you are sitting with someone who's considering abortion, they don't want to get hurt. And knowing what the risks are standard in medical ethics. It's called informed consent. It means that before you have any kind of procedure, you should be fully informed of the positive and the negatives that may follow, and that you give your consent to it, that you're not being pressured by other people. So take a minute to look at chemical abortion and understand it. I've been reading and following some of this on townhall.com. Rebecca Downs currently has several articles on chemical abortions at townhall.com. You might start there and follow the links that she includes in her article. And I think that you'd be well prepared to start to engage people and warn them that chemical abortion is no easy solution. In fact, it's as dangerous, if not more dangerous, for the health and the well-being of the mother, not to mention the baby. Let's continue the good fight.